Hey friends, and welcome back to Gracie Day Stories. If you are liking these, please subscribe and like. And why am I in my dragon costume again? Well, today I have my tea and my dragon costume, my favorite cup that I got from one of my preschoolers. Thank you, Smiley. And the book is about dragons. So here we go. It's called No Dragons for Tea. Fire Safety for Kids. No dragons for tea. One warm sunny day at the end of the week, my mom and I went for a walk to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon, I veered to the left and smacked into a dragon. I suppose he could see that there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet, filled with quite surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way, but he seemed so polite that I asked him to play. He had a cute bear and some other toys too. With my shovel and pail, we have oodles to do. We ran to the creek and then on to the bay, where we played on the beach for the rest of the day. Then Mom waved and said, "Now it's time to go eat. Let's pack the red wagon and head up the street." It's hard to stop playing with friends old or new, so I asked if the dragon could come to eat too. Mom wrinkled her brow and squinted her eyes, looking up at the dragon's incredible size. I begged and I pleaded, then said very sweet, "We won't make a mess. We'll be tidy, we'll be neat." So at last she said, "Yes, just this once I'll agree. You may have the dragon come over for tea." We had carrots and apples, thick slices of ham, with fresh homemade biscuits and strawberry jam, cold glasses of milk, and a great big dill pickle. But the pepper we sprinkled sure made my nose tickle. Then the dragon's nose twitched, and he started to wheeze. His eyes missed it up, and he blew a great sneeze. Achoo! Well, we all know what happens when dragons chew. Flames shot from his mouth and from his both nostrils too. Our tablecloth sparked and then burst into flame, and the curtains that hung right beside did the same. The smoke alarm rang. What a loud, piercing sound! It meant get out fast. So I dropped to the ground. So when there's a fire, you drop to the ground so you can be lower than the smoke. The room filled with smoke as I crawled on the floor and started to make my way to the front door. The dragon got scared and decided to hide, but I knew that when there's fire, we must get outside. So you don't hide when there's a fire. You don't get your favorite stuffy. You get outside. Don't run. Walk quickly. I grabbed his thick tail, and with one mighty tug, I pulled that big dragon out from under the rug. I crept down the hallway and said, "Follow me. I know the way out. We must meet by the tree." So Mom and the dragon and I all met there. Then that silly old dragon went back for his bear. He left his bear inside. He shouldn't go back to get his bear. It's not safe. You can get a new bear. You can't get a new you. We ran up and caught him and wouldn't let go. And I said, "Listen, dragon, here's what you should know. Don't ever go back. That just will not do. We can get a new bear, but we cannot replace you." Since the fire was burning inside of our home, we went to the neighbors to borrow the phone. Mom knew what to dial and said, calm and clear, "Here our full street address. Send the fire trucks here." It's important to know your address. Before very long, down our street they came sailing, with bright red lights flashing and loud sirens wailing. The fire crew rushed to start work on their tasks. They were dressed in big boots and they wore helmets and masks. They hooked up the hose and ran into the house, where they sprayed streams of water in order to douse the tables, the curtains, our lovely snacks too. And it didn't take long till the fire was through. The fire chief called out the door with a shout, "The smoke made a mess, but the fire is out." My poor friend the dragon knew he was to blame, so he hung down his head and he wept tears of shame. One of the fire crews said, "Don't be sad. You knew what to do, and that we're quite glad. You got out safely, and that's really what matters." Then she took us to see the big pump truck and her ladders. The dragon put on a shiny red hat, and I asked to see where the fire crew sat. She showed us the siren, the hose, the lights, and the ladders they climb up to reach higher heights. The rest of the fire crew checked all the rooms, while a fan in the door blew out great smoke and fumes. Then the dragon and we sat for a while. I reached up and I hugged him. He gave me a smile. The next time the dragon and I went to play, we'll pack up the picnic and go to the bay. We are friends, tried and true, the best we can be, but I'll never again invite that dragon for tea. When the smoke alarm sounds, here's what you should do. Leave your toys all behind, 'cause there's only one you. Get down and stay low, crawling under the smoke, because breathing those fumes in might make you choke. If your clothes catch on fire, don't run about. Stop, drop, and roll till the flames are all out. Don't open a door if the handle feels hot. Find another way out of to your planned meeting spot. Even when scared, we must never hide. Once you are out, do not go back inside. So that's our fire safety book called No Dragons for Tea. I'm a dragon and I'm having tea though. So I hope you enjoyed us for another installation of Gracie Day, and I hope you have a Gracie Day.